You're listening to a Rev FM production podcast. Welcome to Pastors Live, the show that discusses things of the Bible and current events for people who love to laugh. And now, the hosts who answer questions with more questions. It's Pastors Dave, Ty, Shane, and the other guy.
Melanie gave me the stink eye. I was like, dang, okay, I got that wrong.
It better not start Monday. I don't have the drama ready.
Pierced through the glass.
I know, right? We felt it everywhere. Hey, everybody. It's Pastors Live. It's Monday, July 22nd. Hey, a week from now, VBS is going to get started, so you want to get your kids registered for that. And if you want to help partner with that, go ahead and reach out to the office at watersprings.net or call the office at 208-524-4747. Our readings today on Romans chapter 2, Proverbs chapter 21, Psalm 21, and Judges chapter 5. And we're excited. It's going to be really, really a great month. We have Church in the Park coming out. Who's excited for Church in the Park?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right. I love how Steve was going, oh, yeah, I'm good. Yeah. He was doing something else there. I was like,
oh, yeah.
Were you there?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. All
I'm
right.
hoping that we don't have a lot of smoke that day. That would be really nice.
Yeah, hoping for a clear day. But hey, we've got some wonderful people in the studio today. We got Gary Austin, the voice of the Valley. He's here. We've got Pastor Steve, the other guy. He's here today.
Howdy.
Got Pastor Shane. He's over there. I'm Pastor Ty, so that's the pastors of Pastors Live. Then we have, my wife is here today.
Hello.
Lori is here today, and Melanie is here today.
Hello.
And so we were joking. I was joking with Lori a few days ago. I was saying, we have Pastors Live. Now we should have Pastors' Wives. And
Live.
Pastors' Wives Live. Well, Wives Live? Oh, just
We could have
Wives
a
Live.
really good time with
man.
that.
Watch out, baby. Here we go.
We could.
It'd be good.
That would be a good parody session.
That could be...
We should totally.
We'd have
It's
to
the
go to-
alternate
Let's invite
universe.
Gabby.
We'd have to go to
in
Kohl's
and-
to get my wife. So
That's okay. I'd
We
go
could
get
do a
her.
session over
I'd
there,
Go pick
so-
her up.
Yeah, right.
We'd pick her up.
do a Pastors Live at Kohl's.
That could be pretty amazing.
That could be pretty good.
Just to have the ladies in the studio and just go for it one day or 2 days or a week. But here
That'd be a little spicy.
it would be, because we wouldn't be around to say, no, don't say that, right?
Oh, like that's what happens? It's kind of the opposite.
If you want the Pastors' Wives to do a parody session, contact us at pastorslive
do
at
it.
the rev.fm.
Yes.
Pastors Live at the rev.fm.
Yeah, if you want Pastors' Wives parody, that would be great. Just because I love how that's you have Pastors Live and then you have Pastors' Wives.
It's good stuff.
That's good stuff. We do little caricatures of you guys and you put it out there, and we could run that one on the weekends. It could be pretty impressive. So okay, now you've been listening to our husbands all week. Now we want to tell you what the real issues are.
Here's
right?
what happened to get to that story.
Right. Yeah, here's where that story actually came from, and that's not exactly how it turned out.
And here's
Okay.
the exact
interpretation
of it.
Yeah, and of course, all the listeners would be like, yeah, we get that.
There'd be a lot of insight.
There, a lot of insight. Yeah, a lot of laundry put on the line. But we've got a couple things that are coming up. First of all, is today World Brain Day or World Brian Day? I haven't decided yet.
Brain Day.
Is it Brian Day?
Brain Day.
Oh, it's Brain Day? So how can you tell
And
the
National
difference?
Hammock Day.
The I comes to
AI.
I like
I
all
know.
the
I'm just messing with you guys. I'm like, it's National Brian Day. No, it's Brain Day. But
Is it because it's hard to use the brain some days?
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
But it's by the way, we do need to take care of our minds.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I learned something very valuable the other day. I didn't know this. Did you guys know that your brain is basically made up of cholesterol?
I did not know that.
Yes, and so people who are on statins for a long period of time, they are more likely to have some problems with dementia and other brain-related memory issues. And so I'm like, bring on the red meat.
And Cheerios. And Cheerios, right? Don't Cheerios help you with your cholesterol?
It does.
Well, Cheerios help bring down your cholesterol with fiber instead of shutting your kidney down or your liver down. Sorry, your liver. But your body does make cholesterol, so you need cholesterol. Somebody told me the other day, you kind of need protein for your brain to work, and I was like, let's talk about that. And I was doing some research. I thought it was very interesting. But hey, I'm just a piece of just a little salted peanut for the day.
Salted peanut.
And if you're a doctor and you're a neuro doctor and we got that one wrong, we'd love to hear kind of the rest of it. Yeah, there's more to it.
You could come on Pastors Live.
By the way, I want to clarify. There's way more to it than that. That's just a general issue that I was sharing. Okay. But it's Pastors Live at the Rev.fm. We'd love to hear from you. But it's also one of my favorite days. It's National Hammock Day.
How many have a hammock?
Yes.
And
I don't have one because I don't have any trees to.
What?
Well,
do you have 2
we
cars?
don't have it hanging right now.
Do you have 2 cars?
Yeah.
You can put a hammock up. So
for camping too. If you go camping, hammock's the way to go, man.
Definitely.
Yep. So when I was a
kid,
kid, though, I'm just curious, how many of you had the crochet hammock?
Yeah.
Yes, right?
Heck yeah, man.
Because you go to sleep on it, you wake up, your arm is stuck through it,
or you're on the ground.
You got marks in your face.
Was it just white?
Yes.
Yes.
Or you're flipped over and you're on the ground.
And of course,
the middle of the night. You don't know how you got there.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Shane, you had a good upbringing.
I always wanted one.
We bought one from Mexico on our honeymoon when Gabby and I went down to Rosarito and Ensenada.
Is it in your living room now?
No, we don't have any place to hang it at home, so it's just in the garage right now. But
you know what?
I can't hang one anywhere right now.
Hey, listen, Shane, if you want to hang it in the house, talk to Gabby, and then I know guys who can come engineer that thing out, and you just have it like above your couch. You just have the hammock above your couch, so
yeah,
you can make it work.
That'd be sweet.
And Steve, you need to plant trees apparently.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, and Lori and I are planting some trees this next week, and we learned where to go get trees, apparently.
Well, we planted an apple tree this last year, and our dog ate it. So
what?
Yeah.
So apparently it was a good apple tree.
The whole tree?
I mean, there's a stem with a couple stem branches on it, and that's it.
Wow, that's rough, man. Well, living in Salmon, the deers would eat all our stuff, so the deers would kill them. No. But Melanie, did you have a hammock when you were growing up?
Heck no.
No?
No.
They make me sick.
Oh, boy.
Are you serious?
I'm not a swing or, centrifugal force is awful on me.
Okay.
Give me a roller coaster that goes upside down, but like centrifugal force, like Dumbo.
You like that?
Okay.
Roller coaster upside down, but you can't take a hammock.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, everybody's different. Everybody's sensitive to things. Like if I walk across a floor that's not level, I can tell you because I'm really sensitive to vertigo and things like that. So when I'm walking across the floor, if it's not level, I can tell you it's not level.
I can't even do rocking chair sometimes.
Wow.
Oh yeah. So
that's like me and mushrooms.
Yeah.
I can tell you whatever has mushrooms in it, and I won't eat it. That's my
superpower.
superpower.
Then I will eat the mushrooms. They are divine. Thank you.
Hang on a second. So wait a minute. You can't have mushrooms on pizza.
No, why would you ruin pizza? That's disgusting.
Oh, that's great.
Wait a minute. Would you put pineapple on pizza?
Yeah.
This is the big question. Yes, for pineapple on pizza.
I like pineapple.
Oh, wait a minute. By raise of hands, who's pineapple on pizza?
Yeah.
Has this ever happened? Oh,
are you here? Okay. Wait a minute. So here's the thing. We've gotten rid of all the non-pineapple people this week, so we're all the.
We should be having pizza.
I love pineapple on pizza, man.
It's what's for lunch.
with ham.
What with the pineapple though?
I like it with ham.
Oh, that's easy.
Anything.
Pepperoni.
Yeah, we like pepperoni and pineapple.
Pepperoni and pineapple is delicious.
I like ham and pineapple.
Canadian bacon and pineapple is good.
That's right.
I like adding jalapenos.
Oh yeah,
with pineapple.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
That's really that's good.
That's actually hot.
Hey, so what's your favorite? So listeners, we'd love to hear from you. Pastors Live at the Rev.fm. What's your favorite kind of pizza, and where is your favorite pizza joint?
Ooh,
because Lori and I have a favorite pizza joint that we just don't go to anymore because we don't live there. But but we have a favorite pizza joint. But listen, what would you like? Oh, and by the way, I want to also ask our listeners a question. So, listeners who live in our area, we would love to hear from you at Pastors Live at the Rev.fm. How many of you would like an Amazing Glazed Donuts in Idaho Falls? Just let me know. We'd love to hear from you. Who would want an Amazing Glazed Donut in Idaho Falls? We just thought, let's ask.
They're so yummy. I'd probably be there way too often.
I know. It's like yes and no.
I'm like, yes, I would love them. Ooh,
yes, as long as
my clothes would not.
Not by my house though.
I have to make an effort
at
to get
least
there.
15 minutes away from my house.
Yeah, it's got to take effort. Like I can't just be in bed going, I'm going to go get a donut. No, it's
can't be around the corner from church.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't need it across the street from the church. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, that's
although
a good
that
point.
would be very beneficial for them financially.
Oh, yes, it would. Yes, it would.
Yeah, they'd be busy.
By the way, any restaurant across the street from the church, would benefit greatly from being
Yeah.
there, at least
Sunday
Especially
3 or 4
Sundays.
times a week.
Sundays, yeah.
Well, here's what I was thinking. I was talking to somebody about that the other day, about somebody putting a restaurant across the street from the church, and they said, "Yeah, but what if it's closed Sundays?" I said, "Well, that's their choice."
That's the wrong choice.
I mean,
but-
yeah, the wrong choice.
Their
but yeah.
marketing might need to look into that.
Yeah, marketing need to look into that. But I do appreciate businesses that are closed on Sundays.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that. When we moved to a small town, it was like the sidewalk rolled up on Saturday
Yeah.
nights, and
Yeah.
then nothing was happening on
At
Sundays.
like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it was kind of nice.
Or like for us, if it was winter hours, everything would close at 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And summer hours, it was till 7.
right?
That's
yeah.
late.
Yeah.
Like you're open
That's-
late.
You need to be in bed.
Yeah. Well, we were
Okay, Mom.
we were having a conversation the other day about getting some stuff for the movie that we were shooting, and we realized Lowe's and Home Depot, they open late.
Yeah, they do. They are.
They
Like, and
yeah.
Fred Meyer is open late.
It's all those late night people. We
I think
have
they're, what, 9 or
all
10?
the different shifts here in Idaho Falls.
Yeah,
so you've
because
got
of
to
the site.
accommodate
Yeah,
all
you
the
gotta
shift
accommodate
people.
that.
I think
Yeah.
they're up until 9 or 10, aren't they? Or something like that.
Yeah, 10 or 11,
yeah,
depending on
I
it.
think, I think it might be 10.
If
But-
you go late, you'll see Melanie and Paul
Yeah.
at Unco.
Awesome.
It's true.
It's true.
yeah, yeah.
Shane and I and Paul and I.
We have
Trying
the
to
same,
avoid
we have
lines.
we have the same schedule.
Actually, I avoided lines yesterday. We walked right up to the check-in yesterday.
I'm not-
Whoa, what time did you go?
It was an odd time. It was 3 o'clock on Tuesday
Nice.
afternoon.
What?
Yeah,
So
it was
I've been.
crazy.
I'm to the point now where I don't go on Sundays anymore.
no, that's a mistake.
Okay, it just worked for me.
I know.
Or
But-
Saturdays.
But it was really interesting because
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people from church.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
So-
Shane and I often saw each other at Winco after church on Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Saturday night. Oh, Saturday night.
Yeah, Saturday nights.
Oh, that's a great time for me
Yeah.
to go because then I have everything for Sunday. I can just
Yep,
go home.
yep.
All
I
right.
bet Monday nights are good too in our area.
Probably.
less.
Yeah,
that's a good
probably.
point.
Yeah.
Hey, so we have some other things coming up. You guys have some ladies stuff coming up. And we
Woohoo!
have you in
We
the studio.
do.
So we wanted to say, hey, talk to us about the ladies stuff that you have coming up because I know you guys are excited about it. And so just kind of drop some info on our listeners. So we'd love to hear about it.
Well, we first have a hike coming up in August, right, Melanie?
Possibly. I haven't actually planned it out. So
Oh, I saw it on the board. We have one on the calendar.
Yeah,
Yay!
but it's not on
if you're
the board.
interested, email Watersprings.
Yes.
.net. Office at watersprings.net.
I caught you off guard. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's
Sorry.
right.
But we do have we have a fall event coming up
September 14th.
September 14th, and registration will be opening soon. So save the date for that. That is an event called Cultivate. And this is going to be a periodic event that we're going to have. This one is called Cultivate Verse by Verse. And we will be doing kind of a medium level dive into how do I start studying the Bible for myself.
Yep. Yeah. Super exciting. Super exciting.
Yeah, Lori gave me a little sneak peek the other day at church. She was telling me about these plans, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, of course, well, like I said when I was teaching last week, every worship leader thinks everybody should raise their hands. Every children's ministry person thinks they should. All
Well,
the
they
pastors, I know they should. All the pastors think everybody needs to know how to do inductive Bible study.
course.
And all missionaries think everybody should be missionaries. So
Yes, they do.
The only one that's true is everybody should know how to do inductive Bible
exactly.
study.
Everybody should know how to do
at
inductive Bible
least how
study.
to study the Bible.
Right, right.
And
In a way where they can draw
comprehensive way,
personally.
not just
Yeah.
verse, not by word or
Yeah,
Right.
personally.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the issue. Yeah.
And so the study method we're going to be using is not like the full inductive Bible study in September, so it's not that super deep dive. So that's why we're calling it kind of a medium dive. And we are going to be going verse by verse, and it will employ a lot of the things that you would use in inductive Bible study, but maybe not going quite to that level.
It's kind of like a whet your appetite for more.
Get you started.
Yep.
And that's all you need is to just get started, right?
Yep,
That's,
absolutely.
That's the whole point of Bible study is to get started, and as you go, you will grow.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Wow, that was great, Shane. Go grow.
Yep, it's perfect.
That's incredible.
Glad you like that, Steve.
Yep.
So this
awesome.
would be
I like that.
really beneficial for anybody who's teaching Sunday school. Our Awanas leaders, because you'll be able to really dig into those verses more. This would be really beneficial for people who are part of home groups, people who are teaching small group Bible studies, people who are interested in teaching small group Bible studies, and then anybody who does devotions, which should be all of us, right?
Right. So this is a ladies' event on Saturday, September 14th. Like Lori said, registration will be up and running here shortly. So pretty exciting.
And just for all the guys, like, what about the guys? What about the guys? Don't worry, we got stuff coming up too.
Yeah.
So
There's behind the scenes stuff
there's
going on.
behind the scenes stuff.
Absolutely.
We have, first of all, we have the men's tea coming up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you guys aren't familiar with men's tea, you're going to come in. There's going to be a grill and a steak, and you get to throw it on there, and you get to cook it the way you want, and have a baked potato bar, and we're going to have some fellowship. And this one's really just about fellowship, getting to know guys.
I
And
love
so-
the name. I saw that when I first saw the announcement. I thought, wow, that's inspired. I like that.
Yeah,
like
at first
that a
I
lot.
was like, is it an English tea or is it
Pinkies
just a-
up.
Yeah, no, that's why we felt
As
it
we
was
eat with
iced
the
tea.
fork.
So,
needed the
next
graphic
year,
with
I just
it.
want to clarify that next year the art will be different. When we do the next one, it will have a really delicate teacup with a T-bone steak stuffed in it.
That's
because
awesome.
that's
Could be
what it
fun.
should have
That's awesome.
been to make
That
fun
is
of it.
awesome.
That's
But
awesome.
we just
With the play
But
on
if it goes
words,
clear.
absolutely, and letters, you should.
Oh yeah, men's
That's
tea.
great.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So we are
With
kinda
the
looking
pinky
for
up.
that. So yeah.
So
Sorry,
we-
with the pinky up.
Holding the pinky up, right?
Yeah. Hold the
Having a guy with a
tea
big old
with
beard chewing on the
Exactly.
steak. Yeah.
With the
Okay.
pinky up.
Pinky up.
All right, that's too much, but okay.
I love it.
We've got about 5 more minutes.
Yes.
We have been in some amazing sections of Scripture.
Yes, we have.
Over the last couple of days, primarily Judges and Romans is where we're at in the Old Testament and New Testament. And I love how these two books really complement each other because Judges is all about the culture seeping into the people of God and defiling them and putting them into bondage. But it also shows the faithfulness of our God and how he comes up with a deliverer to get us out of bondage. And that's really what Paul talks about in Romans. You know, Romans chapter 1, we see that everybody goes their own way and God gives people over to their deprived minds. But then in Romans chapter 2, Paul says it's the goodness of God, it's the mercy of God that leads a man to repentance, right? And then the rest of the book's about salvation in a nutshell. And so, man, tell me some of your guys' favorite stories in Judges or principles in Romans.
Well, for me as a worship leader, you come to chapter 5 and it's the Song of Deborah.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember years ago, I had a pastor tell me, he goes, I don't like it when women lead worship because men are supposed to be overseeing the body and, you know, leading worship. Men need to lead worship. Women can sing harmony, but men need to lead. And I looked at him and I said, Miriam, Deborah, let's
Hannah.
Hannah, let's have some conversations here, right?
Mary.
Right. But as far as the songs of, you know, Miriam and Deborah, first thing there. But one of the things that Deborah says, especially in this passage, which I thought is really interesting. Let me get back to it here real quick. I moved my computer around. She says this at the very beginning. She says, when leaders lead in Israel and when the people willingly offer themselves, bless the Lord. There's this is Ephesians chapter 4, verses 11 through that passage, where when the leaders of the people step up and they lead, and the people willingly offer themselves in the service of the Lord, being led, being encouraged, and doing the work of ministry, bless the Lord.
Yeah.
Bless the Lord. Like when you come together as a church family and you do something amazing, bless the Lord. It is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
And I love it. And that's just song, you know, and it's just, it's how beautiful is that?
Right. And when we do it out of faith instead of obligation, where it's like this demand where, I guess we'll serve the Lord, right? No, out of a desire and a relationship with our Savior, our living God, Jesus. And I think it's just so important to think about those things, especially in today's age, because we have I don't know of a better word for it, but strongholds of the enemy in our nation and in our area, even in our home of Idaho Falls. There's events and things that are popping up and going on that are just wicked and evil. And
Well, fortunately, they packed up and they moved on.
did they? Good.
Oh, yeah, they're gone.
Very good.
Yeah, they're gone.
Uh,
Yep.
I think it's so important that we do not grow weary in doing good, and that we do not give up on zeal, for our faith and for our areas and our nation in the gospel. So reach your neighbors, man.
And I'm dumbfounded, I think, a little bit living here, how like things like Halloween and the paranormal and the occult people are so fascinated with it. And especially around here, you get to Halloween and it's like what is happening? People are spending, so much money during that time. And that's why we do a Light the Night, and because we need an alternative to that ghoul and the gore and the occult and all that stuff. Yeah. And it's this idea it's like how close to the edge can we get without getting burned? Like how close to the edge can we get?
Well, it's like you give
hurt?
the enemy an inch and he takes a mile. So you start entertaining
the
stuff,
devil never just takes an inch.
and it starts progressively coming in, and it just
it's no big deal.
boom. Yeah,
that's the
It's like
idea.
the frog in the water that gets hot.
yeah.
The boiling the frog.
Honestly, I love that T-shirt idea. The devil never takes an inch.
Right.
Doesn't that? It's like because he never takes an inch.
What did wasn't it Tony Clark? I think it was Tony Clark said, if you give the devil an inch, he becomes your ruler.
Yeah. That's all he needs.
And I love that.
That's.
If you give the devil an inch, he
that's
becomes
all he
your ruler.
needs.
He gives you. That's your new
that
measurement.
little invitation in, and it's over.
That's your new measurement. That's what you're going to be measuring your life by and everything.
Well,
And
yesterday was National Know How to Read a Tape Measure Day, so that's good. But we're out of time for today. But, hey, we've run out of rule for today. So, but listen, hey, you're loved, your family. God bless you guys. We will talk to you tomorrow. God bless you.
See ya.
Bye.
You've reached the end of another episode of Pastors Live, a Rev FM production podcast. Thank you for listening. Submit your questions and comments by email to pastorslive@therev.fm. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review from your favorite podcast listening platform. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or Amazon so you don't miss the next episode drop.